Welcome back to another episode of the Filmaholic. This is our free pour episode that we have every Thursday where we take a film, break it down, discuss it. We are starting to do a series of these free pour videos where we take A24 films. We are both on an A24 watch, so we're trying to get through all of their films. And we're choosing some of our favorites, but also just some that we think that we can truly discuss. Not necessarily just our favorites, because some of those might be pretty straightforward. But this is our second one that we're doing here, and this is The Spectacular Now. Came out in 2013, starred Shailene Woodley and Miles Teller. Also featured Jennifer Jason Leigh and Kyle Chandler and Bob Odenkirk. So, where do you want to begin on this?
You forgot Brie Larson. That's where we can begin.
Yeah, a small role, but yes, that's one of the first things I have in my notes here is that Brie Larson is in this film, and it's before she really got famous. Obviously this is before Room, which I feel like is her big shining role, which led her to, obviously get Captain Marvel and everything else that followed. But it's also worth pointing out that before Spectacular Now, I believe she had a
Short Term
12, which I think should have also scored her an Oscar nomination. That movie was completely overlooked. And Brie Larson's good in this movie, Spectacular Now. But, she doesn't have a huge role. She is the ex-girlfriend. But she's in the whole movie in short scenes. And she's good in what she does. I do have my notes here that I wish that she would go back and continue making movies like this or Room, Short Term 12. Instead of mainly just the big budget type movies that she has now. Not that anything's wrong with that, but she has Captain Marvel, but then she also did Kong Skull Island for some reason.
You liked it?
I do like it, but I don't know why she did it. She didn't really have anything to do in the movie other than just being there. Same thing with Tom Hiddleston. And then she was also in Just Mercy, another film I like, but I don't know why she took it because she was a supporting role and she's an Academy Award-winning actress.
Before. That's why.
She was what?
She worked with a director before.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to see her do more leading roles in dramatic movies. But overall, I list the cast there. Cast in this movie, incredible. Everybody was perfectly cast, I think. Miles Teller, obviously playing the lead here. I think he was perfect for the role of Sutter Keeley. And then Shailene Woodley, I think actually gives the best performance in the movie. And I think she should have got more recognition as well for her role.
Miles Teller.
You think Miles
best performance?
His performance is incredible. I think Amy.
I put Kyle Chandler second.
Man, get out of here. I think Shailene Woodley, then Miles Teller, then Kyle Chandler. Which I think it's interesting when they cast. I don't know if it was the commentary or for something I was reading about Kyle Chandler because he wasn't in the film that long. He only has that short little bit, but he really nails it, the part he's in, and it was really cool because it's definitely something different than you've seen Kyle Chandler do in the past. Unfortunately, he's fantastic on Bloodline. Should have won an Emmy for that, especially the third season. His performance. You haven't watched Bloodline. His performance in that show is incredible. Definitely his best work is in that show. But even in that, he plays a cop, and I feel like he's usually typecast as a cop or that sort of role. Look at The Wolf of Wall Street, Zero Dark 30. He's not playing a cop, but he's playing like a government official type. That's usually what he plays. So to see him on the opposite type of thing in this is pretty cool. And I know he came in and filmed it. And he told the director, he's like, I don't even know if you can use anything that I just did. He's like, I don't know if it was good or not. But like you said, you think he gave the second best performance in the movie. So that says a lot about, I think, his performance overall in this film. And Jennifer Jason Leigh, I think she did pretty well too. That scene with her and Sutter towards the end of the film is one of the highlights of the movie, I think.
It was all right.
God, man.
It was all right.
All right, well, tell me your opinion here.
It's a 4.5 out of 5-star film.
Yeah, it's a 5-star film.
And that's as high as it's going to be, I think. I thought this time it might go up to a 5 because I was in a coming-of-age run anyway. No, I didn't make it.
It's it's the bottom of the 5-star. It wouldn't be, I it's always been a 5-star for me. I saw this movie 3 times in the theaters. First time I drove over an hour to see it because it wasn't playing anywhere near me. Second 2 times was at Palladium in High Point. I think the last time I seen it, saw it by myself. But yeah,
in person in the theater, nobody was coming out to see it.
There were people in the theater every time I went. Probably not that many the third time, but also might have skipped school to go see it the third time. I did that with several films. I did that with Perks of Being a Wallflower too, which I saw 2 times at the theater. The second time I went to see Perks of Being a Wallflower, I think I skipped school to go see it.
Yeah, I watched that twice in theaters, but I didn't skip school.
Well, yeah. You didn't drive in high school though, did you?
Wasn't an option, man. That was not going to happen.
But yeah, it's a coming of age film. I know you like Perks of Being a Wallflower more, but I connect more with this film personally than like Perks of Being a Wallflower or really any of the other coming of age movies. And to me, this is my favorite coming of age film, but I think the best coming of age film since the 80s, in my opinion. I know you like Perks of Being a Wallflower more, like I said.
And Boyhood.
I'm talking about when it came out in 2013. Well, I mean, me personally, but I'm just saying 2013 right now.
Oh, well, yeah. We still got Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yeah, I put Boyhood on if I want to go to sleep.
Maybe you just won't wake up.
One thing I also have here in my notes is the score is pretty good. I like the score at the beginning. It's pretty wonky, and I think it overall just fits the character of Sutter there at the beginning. Kind of gets you in the mood of what this is going to be. It's like serious, but also like got these comedic moments and everything, a little up and downs. I love overall like cinematography and the overall feel of the movie. It has this warm feel, tangible feel, real, but also not like real in the sense of like raw, like say like a Florida Project or something like that. But I really like if I was making a coming of age film, I'd want the cinematography to be like this. It's different, but it also like in the same kind of fits, I feel like, with like Perks of Being a Wallflower or maybe even Lady Bird to an extent. It's like just this warm, nostalgic feel to me watching it.
That was one of my favorite parts of the movie, though, was the cinematography. Keep it up.
What?
Just keep it up. I just start hiring him for all the coming of age movies.
Yeah, I would too. I was thinking about if I had like a TV show, like a coming of age TV show, which I'd like to have one day. I'd definitely try to get him to like do some cinematography, at least for the pilot to set the tone for the series. But yeah, it's one of those movies I can watch and it like definitely takes me back to, where I was when I watched this movie, and I like that about the film. I like the use of lighting in the movie as well. Not really any bright lighting in the movie. A lot of the scenes, it just seems like they use natural lighting. I also have down this, like, I like the movie is much better than the book. I never personally finished the book, but I did buy it and try to read it. Overall, I mean, obviously the plot's the same, but Sutter is much more likable, I feel like, in the movie than he is in the book. Just how he, I guess, like talks about people and the decisions he makes and everything is better in the movie than it is in the book. I know there's like one scene in the book at the beginning where he like, and his heart's always there, doing like good things. Like in the book, he picks a kid up at the gas station when he buys his drink, refills his 7-Eleven cup and puts alcohol in it. So he's like drinking alcohol with the kid in the car.
Nice.
So like obviously they were gonna cut that for the movie, but that was in the book, and he like takes the kid home, and the kid, but he like connects with the kid because the kid doesn't have his father around. Yeah. And then they have like a talk about that, and he takes the kid home, and then walks the kid up to the door, and then mom like, I guess I can't remember, she like smells alcohol on him, or like looks at the cup or something, But like she gets really mad about it, threatens to call the police. But they cut that out of the movie. And
You're just gonna let your kid walk home though.
yeah. I mean that's the hypocrisy of it. But
He's a great parent.
yeah. There's also a scene in the book which, when I put the Blu-ray in, you can see this scene like at the beginning. The main menu was like showing flashes. So this must have been a deleted scene that they ended up cutting. But it's before him and Cassidy break up, and he goes to her house and he's sneaking into her window, and he like climbs up the side of the house, ends up falling and like breaking a gutter and like falling down and everything. But that was in the book and they cut it from the movie as well.
Should have kept that. I'd like to see him fall.
I think you might go check the deleted scenes out. It might be in there because, like I said, it wasn't. I did see it in the main menu, which reminded me of that being in the book. Which I understand why they cut it, because when the movie starts, it like goes straight into like them breaking up and then putting the action putting the film into motion of him meeting Amy, and I think that was the right decision for the film. Also have like right down here, like I mentioned, his best coming of age film since the 80s. I feel like this is like a modern day John Hughes film. The overall complexity of the characters and them being distinct. What was that? Oh, I think it was Skype. It was acting weird. But yeah, I was like looking at some articles and they were talking about that too. How I was like reminiscent of some John Hughes films, like The Breakfast Club or something like that, where there's like, I mean, obviously this is a rated R film. It doesn't water down anything. I mean, it's about a teenage alcoholic, so
yeah,
you're not gonna catch this on the Disney Channel.
Not yet.
And I feel like that's, to me, what coming of age movies should be. I feel like they all should be rated R. And this, well, that's a different discussion that we should have for On the Rock sometime about the rating system. But I don't think coming of age movies should be like filtered. I don't think you should make them for a PG-13 rating, because that's not what it's like. That's not what coming of age is like. But then you also have the argument of
not for the majority of people. I mean, you can make one, but you'd have to do it right for it to be believable.
You could, but I don't think it's going to feel authentic. Not completely, anyways.
Well, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I say that, but then it's like also like you can do it for TV. I mean, but it's also like, I just finished rewatching the high school years of One Tree Hill, and that's like a coming of age story too. It's something I watched growing up, but it's like I wonder too if One Tree Hill had been on like Netflix or something, it didn't have to follow the guidelines of like TV, would it have felt a little bit more authentic and raw and everything if it didn't have those boundaries?
Probably. But it was also, almost 20 years ago. So.
Yeah. God.
Times have changed.
Yeah. Bob Odenkirk, like I mentioned, he's in this film as well. I think he does a pretty good job. I know that's one of the best scenes in the movie too. I think the scene with him when Sutter has to make the decision to either give up alcohol or stay at the store.
Well, chooses pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of who he is. It's drinking. So
probably my favorite scene of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess this is part of, if I was your dad, I'd tell you what you're doing. I said, well, if you were my dad, you wouldn't have to. Man.
This is a really good scene. I thought your favorite scene though was in the car. Well,
that's the funniest scene of all time.
Yeah, get out of here.
We'll get to that. But oh man, that's just, you opened the floodgates there.
Yeah, I remember the first time I watched it, I thought she got killed in that scene.
That's what I saw.
Which I'm definitely glad they didn't go in that direction, because that would have totally just ruined the movie. Like if they had taken it. Oh man.
Just gets turned like a top.
But
can't think about it now without laughing. I know it's coming and just I don't know what it is.
In the book, in the movie, when they have sex, it's supposed to be her first time.
Yeah.
That was something else that's different in the book. In the book, she wasn't a virgin. She had gotten with her dad's friend.
That definitely changes things.
Yeah, it definitely that's a lot different than the movie.
Because in the movie, she hadn't even had a boyfriend.
Right, and she still hasn't in the book. I mean, because it wasn't like a dating sort of relationship. But yeah, that's what it was in the book. Which I think I'm glad overall they cut that out of the movie. Because I feel like I would have been upset if they had done that in the movie because that is what's in the book, and you could have done a lot of with that storyline, but that would have been an entirely like a big storyline in itself. I feel like, and you would have had to make the film longer. And
because her dad dead in the movie or just not around?
I think he's just not around. But I no, maybe did she say he's dead at the dinner table? I think she might say he's dead. I think he's dead.
That was another good scene. Just real.
But yeah, that scene at the dinner table talking about dreams, that was a solid one as well. The movie itself just dives into not only just addiction, like not really addiction, because it never really says he's like an alcoholic or anything like that. You could say he was.
I would say he was.
Well, he's never put in a situation where he has to stop drinking.
Or give up his job.
Yeah, but he's also a kid, so I don't know. Like,
who's not legally supposed to drink?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's not, but I don't. It's not with a clear situation where you had to take something like Star is Born.
I think he's a functioning alcoholic. Unlike his dad, is just a bum, honestly.
Oh, you pick up this tab.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got it? What? Kid's not even supposed to be drinking. You got this, right? Like,
well, I don't even know if he knows what age he is.
He has no idea what age anybody is.
Yeah.
Still play baseball? What?
Well, he forgets that. Yeah, he forgets that he even invited him in that scene. He just shows up. He's like, I'm about to go meet with some friends. Takes him to this shitty bar where he's like trying to hook up with this lady that he has some sort of relationship with. He orders another thing. Pictures at the bar. They only give him one.
You're not getting two. Like, we don't know if you can pay for two. He doesn't pay for the one. Amy's got to pay for it.
Yeah, Sutter doesn't even have the money. It's like, it's not enough. And that reminds me of another thing that's different than the book. So in the movie, it doesn't touch a whole bunch on like the music that he listens to and his dad's supposed to listen to, only in that one scene at that bar where he picks the music on the jukebox. And the music he plays is like I don't know what that is.
Not even what his dad likes either.
Well, right. And that's the point of that scene. But in the book, it was Jimmy Buffett music.
Oh, yeah. They're not getting the rights for that. You're not paying that much for it.
That's what he listened to like throughout the book was he'd be listening to that on the radio. It was like Margaritaville and stuff like that. And like that's what he thought his dad listened to. I don't know if I got far enough into the book where he played it at the bar. So I don't know what happened, but I'm assuming he didn't actually like that music either. But yeah, I wish they had kept Jimmy Buffett in the movie because I don't know what that was they played on the jukebox.
I liked it.
Oh, okay. Man.
What's your problem, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know what that was. But yeah, his dad doesn't like that. Fine, has that conversation with his dad where his dad's a piece of shit, and then they go back to. He said he's gonna take that lady home, and
Yeah.
they go wait for him, and then they leave, and then they go to back by the bar, and they see his dad there. So
Well, they went there like in an hour.
yeah, I don't know if that was like if he just forgot or he didn't care or.
He did not care.
Yeah.
I mean, better than I am. I wouldn't wait an hour.
No. Well, I don't know. It hadn't been an hour exactly. Amy says it hasn't been an hour exactly. So I was trying to think how long. I wonder he did wait. Maybe 40
58
minutes.
58 minutes.
Sonny, we got 2 more minutes. He might be here.
You don't know, man. I'm out.
Let's see here. Yeah, in the book it was supposed to be Missouri, I think, somewhere around that area that the movie took place or the book took place. I'm not sure in the movie where it's supposed to be. I know it was filmed in Athens, Georgia, so that's kind of where I imagine that the movie actually took place as well.
Probably somewhere like that.
Like I said, the scene with his mom's pretty good. He crashes the car in the yard, takes out the mailbox. And then of course, like I just love the stuff at the end where he's like finally submitting that which so
not realistic at all.
Graduate, right?
I took it that he did.
I don't understand that.
Because if you got your cap and gown, I mean that's what I took. I took like because that's the scene where you're talking about with his teacher too. That was really good.
Yeah. Get happy.
I assume that the teacher just passed him.
I always assumed that he did. So maybe he did. Until this last time that I watched it, and I watched that scene with the teacher, and then I was like, maybe he didn't graduate. See, I don't know because
he's got his cap and gown. That's what makes me think he did.
Yeah, but he also told his parents that it was or he told his mom that it was like the next week. So that's what I also didn't know. Which that seems like something he would just do in general.
I wouldn't want him there either.
But I don't know. That's a little conflicting. I guess you can believe whatever you want to believe, whether or not he did or he didn't. I'm gonna say that he did because I like that better. If the teacher just passed him. Plus, it really makes no sense for he'd be writing that college essay if he didn't even graduate.
Well, that makes no sense anyway.
We'll get to that.
That's way past the
But well, it shows too when he looks in the diploma that is empty. But I mean, mine was like that too.
Yeah, you don't get it right there.
Right. So, but I don't know in terms of the movie if they were trying to say that he didn't get one because it was empty, and that's why it showed that.
I don't know. That's what I don't get. Like, I don't know why they would let you be there with the cap and gown.
Right.
If you didn't get a diploma.
Maybe that's something I need to look in the book and see next time I watch it.
Or the last chapter.
Let's see if it tells in there. But yeah, I also really like the shots at prom too.
Yeah.
Up there, the football field. I really like those shots when I was thinking about it. But yeah, then we get to the end of the film. He doesn't get on the bus to go with Amy to Philadelphia. She ends up going by herself and whatnot. And then we have the final scenes where he's writing the essay for the college, which, like you said, it's way past time.
Wait, you're not even getting on the website. So I think this is probably too late. Like, yeah, you're definitely right about that. It's definitely too late.
Well, he can apply for a different semester.
Yeah, maybe you are.
But then we see him actually driving down the road, and he goes to the college that Amy's at. And the last scene of the film is him walking up, and then her coming out surprised and looking at him, and they're looking at each other, and then it cuts to black. So it's one of those films like we were talking about with Three Billboards or whatever. So it's like left with you to decide what happens.
She got hit by another truck.
What happens, dude?
She got hit by another truck. That's what happened. It was the other arm this time.
It's him that gets hit by the truck this time.
I don't care who it is. Just show it. Show it on
After
screen.
credit scene.
Sutter.
Do you think they got back together?
She smiled, didn't she?
No, I don't think so. She was just like
I remember a
kind
smile.
of give like a pushback of her hair.
I remember a smile.
You're putting that in there. It wasn't a smile.
I'll
It
watch
was a
it
surprise look.
with a smile.
I would say that they did. Whether or not it worked out, don't know. But I would say they did get back together because I feel like her character would do that. And if he was at the point where he was ready to actually come there and give it a chance, then I think they would have got back together.
I think they got.
I'm saying
No, dude. You tell me he parties that much in high school, gets to a college now, like he ain't gonna party?
she changed him.
Get out of here.
He acted like that in high school because he didn't have anybody.
He ain't got nobody now.
He got hurt now.
He had her then.
He's not in that college anyways. He just showed up for her. He didn't get into that college.
He's gonna ask her which parties are going on. And she's been drinking a lot too, so you know she's gonna go party. He changed her.
Just because she's been drinking doesn't mean she's going to go party. We even see that at a prom where she's drinking, but she's not partying. She's not with the other people. She's drinking to drink with him.
She's having a pity party. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a bit. I don't know. They didn't work out for sure. They're with different people.
Nah, I think they did. They moved there. He went to community college. Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Oh.
He got a job, then went to community college. She went there the 4 years. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, they broke up after 2 weeks. That's what I'm gonna say.
Get out of here.
That's what I'm gonna say.
But yeah, overall, I think it's I really like this film.
It's currently my second favorite A24 movie on my rewatch.
Currently on mine is my favorite, but I still have several other ones I need to rewatch, and then of course movies I haven't seen yet as well. But I can pretty much tell you none of them are going to make it up there. If it's something that would have to really surprise me.
Climax. That'll really surprise you.
Oh man.
Yikes.
But yeah, I think when this movie came out, it was the best A24 film so far. Yeah. Yep.
That's a hard pass.
That's the hard yes.
Spring Break.
Second best.
Spring Break forever.
And in general, this got good reviews.
It used to be your second favorite movie?
Spectacular Now?
Yeah.
It did. When Spectacular Now came out, it was my second favorite film, behind Jaws. Which I also had, it fell down my list probably some each year after that. Where I don't know where it would be at now. I know Force Awakens was up there, my second favorite film as well when it came out, and now it's moved down. It's still my top 10 as of now.
God.
But
On the chopping block.
yeah, I mean it's moved down, because it's hard for Force Awakens. It's hard, it being the seventh film in a franchise. It's hard to look at it and not think about the context of everything around it. And I don't even acknowledge that
Other thing.
that thing that came after The Last Jedi. So
Gotta go get your coffee.
I'm good. I'm sure they have a lot still left.
Just
No
for
one trying to go out there in the coronavirus to get that copy.
you. Rush to the doors, man.
No, not happening. But yeah, we should probably do that at some point. I know that me and Abel recently, or not too long ago, did our top 10 films of all time.
Yeah.
In a year or so, maybe we'll revisit that. Because I know you didn't do it. It was just me and Abel, right? On that
I wasn't invited.
I don't think you were doing videos yet then.
I wasn't invited. I was on the sideline.
Says the guy who said he didn't like to hear the sound of his voice, and that's why he wouldn't do it.
I can't stand it. I won't. I'm glad I'm in these now, so I don't have to watch them. No, man, I just can't stand it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of hearing mine either. That sucks having to edit these videos, but you know. But yeah, we should revisit that top 10 list because I think when I did that top 10 list, I still had Jaws at my number one. I hadn't fully committed to having Once Upon a Time be my favorite film, and it is now. So, you know, lists change. But yeah, that's all the thoughts I have for the Spectacular now. Do you have any more? All right, guys. Well, that's our episode of Freeport this week. Next week we'll be back with an all-new episode, and we'll be talking about Ex Machina. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.